growth. My growth thing is a little different than what we've heard today. I was born a magical child. And what I mean by that was I believed in fairies and brownies and dragons and make-believe everything. My sister's in the back row there, and she and I would take many boat rides on a blanket. We were Mikey and Carrie, and we were against the wilds. Once I put my siblings and I in a tall box, and I was mailing us to Arizona. All things were possible. I was so excited when I would wake up in the morning, my stomach would be just making all these little like bubbly feelings because I couldn't wait for the day to start. And then in about 4th grade, this thing happened. It was called growth, maybe puberty, I don't know. But I know I went from magical child to the biggest woman in the world. 4th grade, I'm about 5'9". I'm 5'8" and 3/4. But I stay 5'9", just, because I'm cocky. And so I was about that height. I was wearing a size 8.5 shoe. And I was thinner than thin. Okay, so all of a sudden, my legs were like, and my arms were like this. And I felt like everywhere I went, that everybody was looking at me. And then I would get messages from other people as I went on in this period. My brother-in-law said, "Betsy, I can't take you to the zoo because someone will think you're a giraffe and put you in a cage." I'm like, do not stick your tongue out. Someone will think you're a zipper. Does anybody go back far enough for Beanie and Cecil? Okay. Whatever that sea monster was is the name I got. I think it was Cecil. It was Cecil. Yes, so I spent many years thinking I was Quasimodo. I'd be up like, you probably don't want to talk to me because I'm so much tall. And then you're bigger than boys. All right? So you'd have your crush on somebody who's like 5'4". You'd be over there going, "Hi." So things didn't go very well for me for a long time. But then for me, the hippie times, because I graduated in 72, peace and love. Okay, too late for Woodstock, but I was there for showing my midriff. And if you're gonna be skinny, you might as well have something to show, because I didn't have anything up here then. But I had something to show. And then I started learning humor. Humor was how I was going to deal with this. Women, I actually would have full-grown women come up to me and go, "Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry that you're never going to get married, because you'll never find a man big enough for you." And I wanted to say, "Let's take the brick off your head and see if you can grow, lady." Sarcasm. But people can be very, very cruel. And I still kept that thinness. And as we can see, I managed to get past that. But with that thinness came, I was 9 months pregnant. 9 months pregnant. I weighed 143 pounds. I thought I was Moby Dick because I had never known anything about having weight. And then after I had the baby, I kept some of the weight. I weighed 130 pounds. I was positive when I walked, boom, 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 that you could hear me. Now I would do anything to take back those days. So with humor, and a lot of this got honed working in the emergency room at the hospital as a social worker, not a nurse. And so one time I got to be Beyonce. One of the guys was so high on drugs, and that's what he thought I was. I was like, I'll take it. I'll even sing for you, sir. I had a man once that was blind. And I'm talking to him, and I said, Mr. So-and-so, I could be wrong here, but are you blind? And he said, why, yes. But does that matter? I said, 'Cause, sir, I am the most beautiful woman in the world, and you're missing it. Just want you to know. I saw lots and lots and lots of suicidal teenagers. Okay, and their parents would all say the same thing to me. They'll never talk to you. I'm like, fine. I've been ignored by the best, really. It's okay. So I had this one kid, and I sat next to him, and he was sitting at the end of the cart and hating me, and I was just sitting there rocking. And I said to him, you know, today is my birthday. And it was. In fact, my birthday was last week. I don't know where you all were.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I guess, young man, you are my present for my birthday. And so far, my day sucks. He did talk to me after that. I don't care if it was pity, but still he did. So one of the things I learned about growth, first of all, when people are tall, we know we're tall. I don't know why other people feel a need to come up and tell us. And maybe those of you who are on the shorter side have the same experience. But people come up to me and they'll go, how's the weather up there? Wow, you are fascinating. Or does it bother you to be that tall? I mean, well, at least you can get things off the shit. Look at, I'm calling myself. Or God's calling me, I don't know. Now that blew my concentration. One thing that I have noticed and that I've tried to do with my growth, first of all, these are two of my granddaughters over here, and they will, for the most part, hope that you don't see them. Okay? Even though on the way home they'll talk about, did they see us? But I have made sure, I have 4 granddaughters. Guys, all you have to do is shake your head. Are you beautiful? Come on, Carly. I asked them if they would say yes. They said, that's asking too much. So, some of them will probably be very tall. Some may be very thin. But my God, they're going to walk through earth like, you are lucky to have me here. Whenever we get a chance to compliment anyone about anything, we should take it. We should take that moment. I saw a lady come into Pondy's the other day, and she was wearing a red sweater. I mean, you couldn't miss her. It almost had like wings. And she came in and she stood there like she owned the place. And I waited and let her eat her meal, and then I walked over and I said, damn, lady, you are working that shirt. And she was like, really? But there's so many ways that we can give compliments. And if somebody had done that to little Betsy, instead of asking me about the clouds in the sky, things might have gone a little easier for me in the growth area. But anyways, I'm 5'9", I'm proud. Amen.